Chainlink is showing some pretty strong signs that we may be done with our wave 2 correction. If you watched my last video on Chainlink, we had a couple of different patterns in our near-term view. There was a blue pattern and a purple pattern, and I have since removed the blue pattern. In this purple pattern, we had a clear 5-wave rally with a 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and a 5 hitting a pretty standard target. And ever since then, this crypto has given us one of the prettiest wave 2s of pretty much any crypto I've looked at. We see a clear structure with an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave, which even has a little impulsive form of its own, where you see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In addition, when we look at the length of the A wave compared to the length of the C wave, you'll see that it's almost perfectly equal, which is a very, very common Fibonacci Elliott wave equivalence. So I'm sufficiently convinced that we have a complete wave 2 and it looks very full. Now, we broke our 61.8% retrace, which is the standard support. But as I have mentioned in my other crypto videos, many of the cryptos have broken this support and are rallying pretty strongly since. This is one of the cryptos that did not break the 76.4% retrace, which is definitely more of a bad sign. And that's what we have here at the 1892 mark with this red line. Ever since we hit our low, we've been rallying, and it looks like we have 3 up. We might be in a wave 4, probably looking for a 5th wave up before a micro pullback and a small wave 2, and then we'll start launching. If you're looking to buy, we are still very much in the buy zone, so it's a good place to deploy a lump sum. If you've been dollar cost averaging, keep doing your thing. We got a ways to go up once this correction completes. I would really like this crypto to hold support right in the 2080 range, which I have pictured here with this red bar. And that marks the bottom of what I'm calling the wave 2 bottom here, the end of the C wave. Shifting to our big picture view, I have removed the more bullish green pattern, and this is similar to Ethereum Classic and Bitcoin Cash and a couple of the other cryptos that I'm tracking, in which we didn't quite rally strong enough in our wave 1 to warrant such insane extensions overhead. So the only pattern I have on the chart at the moment is the purple pattern, and of course the ever-present red bearish pattern, which I'll touch on a little bit later. So you can see our 1-2 setup here, and when we look at the MACD, we actually went well below zero, and we've already started to curl up, which is a common sign for a bottoming. I also have a Fibonacci extension tool built out here based on this 1-2. This is a logarithmic chart, so our extensions project a bit differently from what they would on the linear chart. If we hold this wave 2 bottom and we continue to rally, our subwave 3 is pointing at a range between $81 and $102, which is marked with this purple box here. Once we hit that wave 3 target, I expect a slow sideways 4th wave consolidation. That may take some time because 4th waves are slow and grinding, and we should have a subwave 5 take us somewhere between $118 and $149. That is the target. So that would give us a 4.5x return once this full rally structure completes. Now, there is significance to this subwave 5 target. As you can see, this is marked with a bigger 1, and I'm actually seeing this as the completion of a larger 5-wave rally for a larger wave 1, and I would expect a wave 2 to happen at this point. This wave 1 top for Chainlink should align with the top that we're going to see in many cryptocurrencies, and it'll very likely coincide with a major top we're going to see in Bitcoin and Ethereum. What we may actually see is that Bitcoin and Ethereum will have a colossal long bear market, while other smaller cryptocurrencies such as Chainlink will have a more moderate correction. Now, when I say moderate, this has a potential to be a breathtaking correction regardless. So it would only be moderate relative to Bitcoin and Ethereum. But this thing we could have drop well below $72 once we hit a target well over $100. Now, there's a few points of confluence and resistance that I must note here. When we look at this whole 5-wave structure from over the past 2 years, and we build an extension tool from here, there's strong resistance at the 0.32 extension. That would have been my preferable wave 1 target for our former hyper bullish green pattern that I've taken off this chart, but it isn't, and it could serve as a lid on any rally further than 124. So I do feel that this is a very strong resistance and a very likely target for our subwave 5 for the larger wave 1. There's also confluence when we look at Fibonacci extensions based on other parts of this rally. I would like to note that Chainlink does have a more limited history, and based on the original 1-2 that I have pictured here, we actually hit the 1.764 extension for what I'm calling this large wave 1 here. So based on that, if I weren't as bullish about the rest of the crypto sector, I'd be very worried about a much larger crash. And that's actually what this red pattern here entails. This is calling for this having been a major top and this pullback that ended in July earlier this year to have just been the A wave. And we've been in a fake out B wave rally since, with further downside to come. And this would be devastating. Based on the Chainlink chart alone, if I looked at this in a vacuum, I would be very concerned about this possibility. But because most of the other cryptos are very bullish and we have very strong patterns patterns in place, and we have had a convincing 5-wave rally within Chainlink. I'm definitely leaning bullish. I don't see this red pattern as a high probability at this moment. If this rally does complete all the way up into the 120, 124 range, that would very likely be a good place to take profits, as the ensuing crash might be quite devastating. Maybe a good time to reallocate some of your investment into other securities, possibly even outside of cryptocurrencies. I'm talking equities, energy, metals, lots of other choices out there. I will keep us updated on Chainlink. This is one of the cryptos I do regular video updates on, so please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have enjoyed this video, please remember to like. Until next time, thank you for watching. Happy trading.